Marvel and DC have not changed. They've not lessened the woke. It hasn't died from its peak. In fact, it's worse than ever before. But they roll it out in phases. They don't show you in issue 1 what they're going to do with this stuff. They wait till issue 2, 3, and 4 to put this stuff in there so that, the fanfare around things dies down and they can just, I guess, proselytize to who they want. It's ridiculous, and it's killing the comic book industry. But the Ultimate line that Jonathan Hickman has put forward has been one of the worst woke nightmares out there. And as much as people praise the Ultimate Spider-Man, just because of the little nostalgia bait of the Peter Parker and Mary Jane, they're married with kids, just like we always wanted. This is not it. This is absolutely crazy. And we're seeing this happen to another Jonathan Hickman concept run as we're just getting off the ground here, just like happened with the X-Men and Krakoa. And I will go over everything that's happening in the Ultimate Universe to make it a woke nightmare in just a moment. My name is John Delarose. I am the most trusted name in comics news for a reason. I urge you to hit the like and subscribe button, and of course, subscribe to my Fandom Pulse Substack, where I talk about all these things here. And of course, back my comic, The Emerald Array. The Emerald Array is a graphic novel which is about Space Marines fighting aliens. Simple stuff. Lots of fun, and we're bringing comics back to the way it used to be. Now, we've been gaining so much traction and so much success with our books that Kickstarter banned us last week, giving no reason whatsoever. I've delivered on more than a dozen graphic novels. I'm like the model creator, getting things done on time, just keep going with good content that's actually geared towards everyone. And for some reason, they just don't like our commentary here on YouTube is what I think it is. And that is why they targeted us. But it didn't matter. What's great about this is we are on track, pacing backers just like the last campaign. You guys are in on us. It doesn't matter what platform we're on. We deliver great comics. And we're on Fund My Comic now, which is a better platform. This is one you should really support because they are about free speech and free artistic expression. They are, of course, graciously allowing us to fund our book there. And somebody actually, messaged them with, JDA's a fascist nonsense. And they told them to buzz off. And that's exactly what these people should do who are running platforms trying to help artists out there. But of course, Kickstarter is a disaster. Now, this is bringing it back. Like I said, we've got beautiful art design that is like a 70s Jack Kirby book. This is what I like to do. I love to bring it back because I'm into classic comics. And I want to bring things back to that feel that Marvel and DC used to have back 40, 50 years ago when they were great. And that's exactly what we're doing with the Emerald Array. So back at today, you can get in, you can just get a digital book for $12. It's a full graphic novel, great deal. That's cheaper than you'd buy 3 comics, which is about the length of this from Marvel and DC on digital. Or you can grab any of our beautiful covers and grab a print edition of it today. Support our cause. And we have a whole series here. You can grab the whole complete Terran Imperium as well. Thank you so much. This is the one. This is the difference between Marvel. So they just unveiled that Hawkeye is a they, them, and is a queer and two-spirit organizers who, in honor of them, who protested the Dakota Access Pipeline. So it's a big political statement. And of course, Denise Camp is a huge SJW, the guy who's writing the Ultimates right now. They brought him in there to push the extreme leftist agenda into the Ultimate Comics. And it's very clear that was his whole intention. But that's what it's kind of been from the get-go. We had Ultimate Spider-Man, of course, and they gave us the nostalgia bait up front. And then they launch Ultimate X-Men, which has no men in it. It's just a bunch of little girls, talking about their periods and stuff. It's very weird. Not a superhero comic whatsoever. Then they, of course, put this out, and Ultimate Black Panther was the fourth choice. And of course, they, you see this as the line. Spider-Man, that's our big flagship. Everybody buys Spider-Man. X-Men and Avengers, those are big flagship names. Black Panther was chosen, obviously, just because he's black. And we had to have the black character have a lead book, right? Hoping they could make the character catch on better than they did in Marvel. Now, there's nothing that wrong with that in a vacuum, but it's just everything these days is geared towards that, and we know it. And so the mask slowly starts to slip from there. You got your girl X-Men, you got your Black Panther book, and then you've got the Ultimates in here as well. But the Ultimates was not the first thing that just started to fall. We saw that they were shifting and changing Black Cat to be a black lady. And this is something that I've been criticizing Absolute Batman for doing. Absolute Batman is a knockoff of the Ultimate Universe too. Same sort of thing. And of course, they do the exact same thing. They turned Batgirl Barbara Gordon into a black girl. You see, it's like I said, it's not a vacuum. It's in everything. It's constant. They won't stop. It is exactly why we have to call out these things and don't just simp for these corporations, because they're disasters. Now, when the Ultimates got into issue 3, it really went crazy. Issue 2, of course, showed that America Chavez, the woke Marvel Now character, was going to be the main person for the Ultimates that they needed to save and be a part of with this to begin with. Of course, that was red flag number 1. Okay. Then in the next issue, they brought in Hulk, and they don't call it's not She-Hulk, it's just Hulk. And the Hulk is some giant Polynesian lady who's got a bunch of disabled, and whatever minorities who she's working with, who are all like gamma irradiated, and they blame the white people for it because white people were testing their bombs, and it's their fault, and lecture the Avengers on that in the next issue. So it was an anti-white screed, and Denise Camp's brought in to do this. This is what Marvel does. Well, now now we're on issue 4, issue 5, and they bring in this Hawkeye, who's not even like a real Hawkeye again. So now we have America Chavez, we have fake Hulk, and we have fake Hawkeye, who's not a real one. And look, they even attack white people again. Nah, you a cowboy, Gary Cooper looking, and I'm the Indian. Oh boy, stunning and brave, Denise Camp, stunning and brave. Know what makes us? And then he attacks Captain America because he's white. And that's what a hero's doing in this universe. I mean, do you see this? Wake up, people. I mean, they hate you. Denise Camp is a racist who hates white people, clearly. And this is what he's writing into his books. This is what he's attacking people with. And this is what Marvel Comics promotes. So as it goes on even further, this whole deal goes out, and then they end up teaming up after this, of course, because there's worse white people. And you can see what he says. There's questions about Charlie's gender. And I'm wary to talk about this stuff outside the book itself. It feels like cheating. But I know it means a lot to people, so I wanted to make a comment. Here it is. Cheating. Jeez. When I did my research into the water protectors of Standing Rock, there was something that was emphasized again and again, was the importance of queer and two-spirit organizers to the movement. I wanted to put that into the book. So again, he's just going after our culture, and then promoted by Marvel for it. So yes, Charlie's pronouns are they, them. I didn't want to make a deal about it because it's not in the book itself, and because I don't think Charlie would make a big deal about it in that context, but we'll make this explicit when it's natural to the narrative. Yeah, the narrative. And that's what it is. Their narrative, and it should have been a capital N narrative, is all that matters to them. They're not interested in making compelling, interesting comic books that are fun to read anymore. They're not interested in making their heroes heroes. They're interested in their agenda, which is literally anti-white, anti-male, in an industry where most of the consumers are anti-white and anti-male. And people are still buying this. It's really crazy. Like I said, Denise Camp is clearly a racist by what you see in here, and Marvel is promoting it. And Marvel just allows this and actually applauds it. It's very, very weird to see as it's going on, but it's always been this way. It's been this way since Marvel Now in 2014, when they were trying to bring this stuff in. And like I said, they're just not doing it in issue number 1 anymore. They're waiting until a few issues in, try to lull you in, try to get you hooked on Ultimate Spider-Man. Hopefully you buy the whole line. Then you get into the whole line and they push you on this agenda. Marvel Comics and DC Comics, and this is the same thing with Absolute DC. Like I said, they put that Barbara Gordon thing in there for what reason? It didn't have anything to do with the story. It wasn't interesting. And where does it go from there? Well, you know that Absolute Superman by Jason Aaron's going to add a bunch more of this stuff. And you know that Kelly Thompson's Wonder Woman also is going to add a bunch more of this stuff. So they're luring you in with a Scott Snyder Batman, trying to get you member berries to New 52, just like this Ultimates kind of thing is doing. And then they push the agenda on you afterwards. They think it's going to work, but it's not. I mean, honestly, this kills sales so fast every single time. But this is all they can do because they can't tell compelling stories. They don't actually like heroes. They don't actually have any real values. Their only values are identity values. And this is Marvel Comics in 2024. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. Guys, thank you so much for getting the Emerald Array to $10,000. Love to get us to 200 backers today. Grab this. It is the answer to Marvel and DC. We're coming out with comic books on a regular basis, doing everything that a lot of the YouTubers who used to promise things and not deliver, didn't do. And we're fighting the culture war. We're not going to back down from Marvel and DC just because, these guys put together one comic book that's like, okay. We are here for the duration, and I appreciate you guys being here. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Back the book. It's in the description. We'll be back soon.